Benoit, safe to say this is the biggest fight of your career to date. I guess, does it feel any different to you knowing that you're going to be stepping in the cage with Dustin Poirier for 5 rounds on Saturday?
No, not especially, because if I don't win my previous fight, I don't get this one. So every fight of my life is the most important one.
I guess the last year or so, you've really built in popularity. You've picked up a lot of wins. Do you feel like this is going to be really your breakthrough moment to really become a star and a household name?
It's one more step, a very tough one, and I'm happy I'm getting this one. And I'm expecting a tough fight. I have been well prepared. I'm expecting to have a tough and enjoyable moments in the octagon.
And after your last fight, you mentioned the potential of you fighting Dustin Poirier was a fight that you wanted. Were you surprised when it came around to you that the UFC was on board, he was on board, that it all came together?
Yeah, negotiation in the top 15 is always difficult. It goes through a lot of process. I have a very good manager in the person of Guillaume Pelletier, who is doing a great job. He worked hard with the UFC. I got this fight. Now I can do my job. It's fighting.
There was that day that Dustin tweeted, kind of indicating that he wasn't going to fight. From your perspective, can you kind of take me through what was going on in your mind? Were you afraid that it was going to fall through? What was your day like that day?
No, I just had at the beginning suspicions that he was injured, but it was not the case. So there were no doubt in my mind that except negotiation from his part with the UFC, there was nothing there to be afraid of. So I was an happy man that it solved itself very fast.
And I guess, can you kind of just break down the matchup a little bit for me? I mean, we've seen Dustin fight so many times. It seems like every time somebody steps in there with him, it's a bit of a dogfight, and that's what you're known for as well. So do you see this, any possibility that this isn't going to be kind of an all-out war until somebody drops?
No, I think if everybody here liked the Chandler-Poirier fight, I think you will like the Saint-Denis-Poirier fight.
Thanks. Over here. Given that Dustin has fought pretty much the best of the best at lightweight, I think it caught a lot of people off guard that you were the betting favorite in this fight. Why do you think the odds makers like your chances against Dustin?
I don't care about odds too much. 8 months ago, I was a very underdog against Mofim, like 1 against 3 or something like that. So odds, it doesn't mean anything. To me, it's just gonna be a good fight, and he is ready, he's tough. I did my job as well, so I'm just expecting a tough fight.
Then obviously your last fight, you fought a guy from New York, in New York, and now you're fighting Dustin, who trains here in Florida. Are you expecting another hostile crowd when you make the walk on Saturday?
Yeah, of course.
And then obviously your countryman Cedric Doumbé fights tomorrow in France, and then you fight Saturday in your biggest fight. So I guess, do you kind of view this as a big moment in French MMA, considering you two seem to be 2 of the biggest stars from your country competing in MMA?
Who are you talking about?
Doumbé fights tomorrow, and then you fight Saturday in the same week, and you were both in these big events. Yeah,
it's good. French MMA is getting huge. Lot of excitement around MMA in France globally, so very happy to be here at this period of time and to showcase my skills.
Benoit, you're kind of going along with that question. No, you were asked about who can potentially be the face of French MMA. So, do you think how your fight and Doumbé's fights go respectively, the face of French MMA can be decided this week?
There is not one face. There's a couple of faces. It will be very poor in terms of skills and density if there was only one face. I think if you ask this question to the US guys, they will have a couple of faces. So, being part of French history, French MMA is of course something I'm enjoying, and those 2 fights are important for the storytelling of our country history with MMA.
And I know Oliveira versus Saryukin is booked as like the #1 contender fight at UFC 300. But Islam has been looking for a new challenger. So if everything goes your way, how do you match yourself up against Islam Makhachev?
I never go through a fight when I haven't done my mission, but yeah, of course, it's all excitement. It's all excitement, and if I'm victorious, there will be things that are going to be done.
Benoit right here. You know, people are now talking about you in the same breath as Justin Gaethje and Dustin Poirier as this all-action kind of ultra-violent fighter. What does that kind of accolade mean to you?
I mean, you are all here for that. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's mean efficiency inside the octagon. It means spectacles. It means a lot. So I'm happy about it.